You need a resume to get a job, but what is a resume exactly? Well, I'm here to let you know. My name is Caio Sampaio. I'm a career expert and certified professional resume writer, and today I will tell you what is a resume and also how it differs from other terms you may have seen during your job search, like CV and cover letter. So let's dive right into it. Let's start with the burning question. What is a resume? Well, this is a resume, and we can define it as a short written description of your education, qualifications, previous jobs, and sometimes also your personal interests. I took this definition from the Cambridge Dictionary, but now that you know what a resume is, let's take the next step. What is the purpose of a resume? Well, on a surface level, a resume is a document you send to companies to get a job. So let's see what it needs to accomplish to convince companies that you are the hero they've been looking for. So your resume needs to accomplish three things. First, it needs to prove you're qualified by sharing work experiences, education, and skills that are relevant to the job you want. It also needs to show that you would fit right into the company's culture and business. You can accomplish that by sharing interests and hobbies related to the company you want to work for. And last but not least, your resume should get recruiters excited to schedule an interview with you, which may sound like a tall order, so let's see more details about what you can do to have this effect. So, what should you include on a resume? First, it needs the information that recruiters will use to identify and contact you. Start with your name and your job title. Then include your contact information. Start with your email, then include your phone number and your LinkedIn profile. If you work in a creative industry, you can also include a link to your portfolio here. And with that out of the way, it's time to start convincing recruiters that you have what it takes to get this job. And that starts with a resume summary, which is a short paragraph at the start of a resume that highlights your most relevant experiences and achievements. Then go to your work history, where you should start with your most recent job. Write the name of the company, your job title, and your tenure there. Also be sure to include some bullet points with your main accomplishments. If you lack experience, you can mention here things like volunteer work and internships, for example. Now you need to take care of your education. List the two most recent degrees by writing the name of the degree, the university, and the graduation date. If you lack professional experience, consider adding some academic achievements here, and also consider putting this section first if you think it's more impactful than your work experience. Then you can add some additional sections to share any information that you think is relevant, but could not add to the previous sections. Think of things like certifications or courses, for example. You can also include hobbies and interests, which are great to show that you are a cultural fit for the company you want to work for. Last but not least, be sure to include 6 to 12 skills. If you are unsure what to add, analyze the job ad to decide what the recruiter wants from a perfect candidate. That's a good approach, but do you know what will be even better? Well, you can use the Zety resume builder, for example. It's the online tool I used to create the resume example you saw a few minutes ago. And it breaks the resume writing process into easy steps and suggests what you should add to each section of your resume based on the job you want and also your experience level, as you can see here. And you don't need to worry about the document's formatting because the Zety resume builder suggests which templates you should use based on your profession and experience level, as you can see on your screen right now. And you can tweak the design to ensure it will suit your needs. And regardless of what you create, the results will always be ATS friendly. The link for you to try the Zety resume builder will be in the description of this video. And if you'd like to see more advice on what is a resume and how to make one, be sure to read our full article on the topic written by a career expert. The link will be in the description below. And now that you know what a resume is, there are a few extra things for you to keep in mind. So let's see about that. First, what is the difference between a CV and a resume? A CV in the United States is an academic document that details your academic career. Usually you only use it for academic positions, while a resume, on the other hand, is for corporate jobs. Also, a CV has no page limit, while your resume does. Your resume should not exceed 2 pages. Of course, that is in the United States. In many countries, the word resume isn't really used, so they use CV to describe both the academic and the corporate documents. They do that in the UK, for example. So if you want to work for a foreign company and see that they want a CV, take it as a resume. And now let's talk about the difference between a cover letter and a resume. What's the difference between these two terms that you have certainly seen during your job search? Well, on a surface level, both documents seem so familiar, right? After all, both summarize your career with the goal of getting a job. But there are some crucial differences between them. A cover letter goes into more detail on why you want the job, and it's also the place for you to explain why you think you are a good candidate. Once you explain that, you need to share some accomplishments to back that up. Then you need to explain what you can do for the company and inform them of your availability for an interview. So as you can see, a cover letter and a resume might appear similar, but they're actually quite different. And if you would like to read more about how to write a cover letter, we also have a guide that it's all about that. Be sure to check it out. The link will be in the description of this video. And that's it. Do you have any questions about what is a resume? Let me know in the comments and I will answer them personally. Feel free to drop a like if this video was useful and to subscribe to the Zety YouTube channel. I'll see you next time. Take care.